Sir Laurence Olivier. They, arguably the greatest actor of the 20th century, a theatrical titan whose performances became legendary. But what was it like to be his child, to grow up in the colossal shadow of Larry? From heartfelt memoirs and international development to innovative leadership coaching, psychotherapy, and dedicated activism, each forged a unique path, navigating a monumental legacy in their own distinct ways. Number 4. Tarquin Olivier. Born on August 21, 1936, arrived at a dramatic moment, right in the midst of his father, Laurence Olivier's legendary love affair with Vivien Leigh. His mother was the accomplished actress Jill Esmond. Olivier even brought Vivien to visit Jill and newborn Tarquin the day after his birth, a truly theatrical start to life. This set the stage for a childhood marked by familial upheaval. With the outbreak of World War II, Jill Esmond took young Tarquin to America. There, he briefly became a child actor, with uncredited roles in films like Eagle Squadron and Gaslight. After the war, he attended the prestigious Eton College, excelling not in drama, but as a classical pianist and champion rower. He spent weekends and holidays with his father and stepmother, Vivien Leigh, at Notley Abbey, finding Vivien irresistible. Tarquin's relationship with his father was complex, marked by emotional distance, despite his deep pride in Laurence's achievements. His 1993 memoir, My Father, Laurence Olivier, is a candid and often forgiving look at his father, his mother Jill, whose crucial role in Olivier's early career he passionately championed, and Vivien Leigh. He aimed to demolish the wall of untruth he felt other biographers had built, particularly denying allegations about his father's sexuality. Despite this, the book doesn't shy away from Olivier's pathetic self-involvement. Like the time Olivier, after Vivien Leigh suffered a miscarriage, asked Jill to borrow baby Tarquin's pram for Vivien's lost baby, an act Tarquin called heartless. A significant estrangement occurred after Olivier married Joan Plowright in 1960, with father and son parted for about 17 years. They reportedly reconciled when Olivier needed Tarquin's help in America during the filming of The Betsy. Beyond family chronicles, Tarquin carved a distinct professional life. His first book, The Eye of the Day, was published in 1964. His 2012 memoir, So Who's Your Mother, focused on his own journey, including his extensive work in international development. He served as an executive for the Commonwealth Development Corporation, CDC, providing finance and management to projects in developing countries, and also worked with De La Rue, the banknote printer, assisting smaller nations with currency minting. He saw this not as aid, which he felt could be damaging, but as supporting sustainable, profitable enterprises. He also had a career in film production, directing and producing Ataturk, founder of Modern Turkey, 1999, and associate producing Marjorie Booth, The Spy in the Eagle's Nest, 2014. Tarquin married Riddell Gibson in 1965, divorced 1975, with whom he had 3 children, Isis Olivier, who also pursued the humanitarian work, Henry, and Clavel. His second marriage, in 1989, was to Zelfa Draz, an enduring union. In his later years, he was described as a loving father and grandfather, finding personal peace after a life lived in the complex orbit of genius. Number 3. Richard Olivier. Born on December 3, 1961, was the eldest child of Laurence Olivier and his third wife, Dame Joan Plowright. Growing up with sisters Tamsin and Julie Kate, Richard's childhood coincided with his father's intense dedication to establishing the National Theatre of Great Britain. He recalled Laurence didn't have a huge amount of time for parenting then, though their bond deepened in Richard's teens. Richard faced educational challenges, attending a strict school at age 10, where he experienced bullying, and later the more liberal Bedales School. A key turning point was failing to get into Oxford, a path his father had hoped for. This led him to UCLA, where he trained as a director. He acknowledged the chill of his frequent emotional unavailability from his father during childhood contributed to a sense of inferiority that lasted well into adulthood. After assisting Tony Richardson in Los Angeles, Richard returned to England. His early directing successes included J.B. Priestley's Time and The Conways at the Old Vic in 1990. A Remarkable Family Affair, starring his mother Joan, sisters Tamsin and Julie Kate, and then brother-in-law Simon Dutton. By 1995, he had 2 shows running in London. A career highlight was directing Henry V for the historic opening of Shakespeare's Globe Theatre in 1997. This production, and a period of profound personal exploration following his father's death in 1989, chronicled in his book Shadow of the Stone Heart, A Search for Manhood, laid the groundwork for his innovative creation. Olivier mythodrama trademark. Influenced by the American men's movement and Robert Bly, Richard facilitated wild dance workshops, exploring myth, ritual, and emotional expression. He realized these powerful techniques could be applied to leadership development. Olivier mythodrama, formally established with Richard as founding voice and chief innovation officer, aims to bring humanity back to work. It uses compelling narratives, often Shakespearean plays like Henry V and The Tempest, combined with Jungian archetypal psychology and theatrical exercises for experiential leadership training. From 1998 to 2003, Richard served as Master of Mythodrama at Shakespeare's Globe. He's an Associate Fellow at Saïd Business School, Oxford, and has worked with global organizations like Microsoft and Shell, even speaking at the World Economic Forum in Davos. More recently, Richard co-created Archetypes at Work with Lawrence Hillman, son of archetypal psychology founder James Hillman. This method assesses and develops individuals and organizations by understanding archetypal patterns, their gifts and shadows. Their book, Archetypes at Work, Evolving Your Story, One Character at a Time, was published in 2019. Richard continues to innovate in this field, remaining a fellow of the Feinhorn Foundation and actively leading Olivier Mythodrama. He has also been involved in the family's decision to auction some of his father's personal items, wishing them to find good homes. Number 2. Tamsin. Olivier. Born on January 10, 1963, was the middle child of Laurence Olivier and Joan Plewright. Her christening in 1963 was a notable family event. She trained at the prestigious Central School of Speech and Drama, her father's alma mater. Tamsin pursued an acting career for about a decade. She appeared in the 1988 film A Handful of Dust, the TV movie Mrs. Heiress Goes to Paris, 1992, and had a role in the BBC series EastEnders, 1993. A significant stage role was in the 1990 Old Vic production of Time and the Conways, alongside her mother, brother Richard, who directed, sister Julie Kate, and then husband Simon Dutton. This family collaboration, shortly after Laurence Olivier's death, was a poignant moment. Tamsin later reflected that even during her acting career, she was more interested in the intricate psychologies of understanding character than performance itself. After her acting career, Tamsin made a significant shift, co-creating The Engineer, an award-winning gastropub in Primrose Hill, London, in 1995 with Abigail Osborne. For 17 years, they built it into a beloved local institution known for high-quality food and a convivial atmosphere, with revenues growing substantially. However, their tenure ended abruptly in 2011 when their lease wasn't renewed. They quickly opened a new venture, the Hampshire Hog, in West London, but this also faced challenges. Tamsin's directorship of the Hampshire Hog's operating company ended in late 2018/2019. These experiences, along with personal life challenges, including the great gift of becoming a mother, catalyzed Tamsin's third major career, psychotherapy. She undertook extensive training at the Center for Counseling and Psychotherapy Education, CCPE, earning diplomas in transpersonal counseling and psychotherapy, supervision, and a postgraduate diploma in spiritual guidance through transpersonal dreamwork. She is a UKCP-registered transpersonal psychotherapist. For over 17 years, Tamsin has worked with individuals and groups in charity, the NHS, and private practice. Her therapeutic approach is holistic, integrating dreams, constellations, role-play, body work, voice work, nutrition, meditation, and her long-standing practice of yoga. She's also a Hatha yoga teacher. She's been a staff member at CCPE for a decade, creating specialized trainings like body awareness in psychotherapy and healing with breath and sound. She also teaches at the Grove Practice, often collaborating with Robert Rees on topics like trauma-informed embodied practice. She is scheduled to lecture at CCPE in June 2025. Tamsin was married to actor Simon Dutton. They later divorced. And they have a son, Wilfred Lawrence Dutton, born in May 1997. Her journey from the stage to hospitality and now to the healing arts shows a profound evolution and a deep commitment to understanding the human psyche. Number 1. Julie Kate Olivier, born on July 27, 1966. Her christening was famously performed by her father in an ambulance, and her names, Julie for Julius Caesar, Caesarean birth, and Kate for Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew heroine, literally rooted her in theater. Educated at the arts-focused Bedales School, Julie Kate also initially pursued an acting career. She took on classical roles like Cassandra in Agamemnon, 1991, and, like her siblings, was part of the 1990 Old Vic production of Time in the Conways, playing Carol Conway. A pivotal role for her was in Linda Wilkinson's play Dust at Midnight at the White Bear Theater, her first gay role, which led to the co-founding of Women in Theater, WIT, with Wilkinson. WIT aimed to promote the interests of female performers, writers, designers, and directors. Her screen credits include the TV movies Duel of Hearts, 1991, and A Candle in the Dark, The Story of William Carey, 1998, and guest roles in series like Casualty, 2007, and Doctors, 2003. She also worked behind the scenes as a production manager for the documentary Peace One Day, 2004, and was an assistant to her mother on the film Rock My World, 2002. She was a director at the now-dissolved Big Olive Productions. Julie Kate has been candid about the frustrations of acting, including being typecast as too foreign-looking, and the worthlessness felt during out-of-work times, fueling her ambition to be an actor-manager. Describing herself as cause-led, Julie Kate's activism is a significant part of her identity. Beyond WIT, she worked as a peace campaigner with Peace One Day and served as a director for the UK branch of the Hope Foundation for Street Children from 2007 to 2012, even producing a TV film about street children in Calcutta. In a path somewhat parallel to her sister Tamsin, Julie Kate has deeply embraced wellness. She has been teaching Sivananda Yoga for 2 decades and is a qualified clinical practitioner with the Eden Method of Energy Medicine. She operates the Old Chapel Studio in St. Margaret's, Twickenham, offering small group yoga and energy medicine classes, workshops, and retreats. Her philosophy centers on achieving healthful, balance, vitality, helping clients reconnect to their body's innate healing abilities using techniques like kinesiology, acupressure, and breathwork. Julie Kate is married to fellow actor Paul Bigley. Their courtship was endearingly old-fashioned, involving emails and satellite phone calls, while Bigley was filming in remote locations. They have a son, Daniel, who Paul Bigley says is very much at home in the acting world. They show that a monumental legacy isn't a monolith. It can be a springboard, a shadow, a complex inheritance to be understood, defended, reimagined, and ultimately integrated into lives lived with individual purpose and passion.